Good morning, everybody. This is Brian Cummings. I'm the director here at the PA for Bucks County. I want to welcome you to our WED Talk today, Connecting with Seasoned Talent. I'll now kick it over to Diana Crowley, who will help us with our introduction. Diana?
Thank you, Brian. Good morning, everyone. I'm Diana Crowley, Assistant Director of Workforce and Economic Development for the County of Bucks. Welcome to our 6th WED Talk for Bucks County employers. Whether you're brand new to this webinar series or have previously participated, I want to thank you for connecting with the innovative ideas at the heart of these discussions. WED Talks focus on building creative partnerships, effective collaboration, and best practices in the workplace. I hope you put these concepts into practice to enhance your business and career. There's much more to come in December and throughout 2022, so please be sure to continue the conversation with workforce experts as the new year approaches. The most convenient way to learn about the upcoming WED Talks and other resources is to join my department's newsletter mailing list. Our newsletter is delivered directly to your inbox on the first Thursday of each month. It's designed to keep the local business community updated with workforce information, upcoming events, grant opportunities, and labor market trends. If you haven't joined our mailing list, go to buckscounty.gov, select Workforce and Economic Development from the Government tab, and click on WED Newsletter from the menu of options. That's where you'll find the link to join the mailing list and to sign up. Never miss an opportunity to benefit from the many programs and services Bucks County WED offers. Now I'd like to turn things over to my colleague, Anita Waters. Good morning, Anita.
Hi, good morning, and thank you. Today I'm pleased to introduce our WED Talk presenter, Zave Smith. Zave is the co-founder and CEO of xBound, a recruitment platform dedicated to connecting companies with the experience, wisdom, and technical knowledge of late career and semi-retired talent. He is also the co-founder of Exhilarate, a brand design studio that helps companies tell their story with engaging visual and brand communication. For the last 31 years, Zave has built a national reputation as a commercial lifestyle and portrait photographer who creates images for companies such as Vanguard, Capital One, Merck, and Louisiana Tourism. Zave is a passionate entrepreneur and an active supporter of Philadelphia's startup community. Welcome, Zave. Thanks for leading our discussion today.
Good morning, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in, and let's just kick it off. Every day in America, 15,000 people retire, and they walk out the doors of our businesses and nonprofits, and they take with them years of accumulated experience, wisdom, and technical knowledge. This massive waste of human capital is happening while our workforce is also undergoing an unprecedented transformation. Between current demographic challenges, there are just not enough millennials to replace us retiring boomers, and the lasting impact of COVID-19, we have created the need for more experienced, flexible, and independent workforce. And this is driving the need for companies to more easily connect to seasoned talent with their lifetime of business experience and wisdom. Even our newer entrepreneurial companies are discovering how late career seasoned talent can prevent real reinvention, allowing them to quickly promote operational efficiencies, develop the best practices that help drive innovation. So let me introduce xBound, a platform dedicated to helping companies and organizations benefit from the valuable expertise and business wisdom of late career and semi-retired talent. xBound's targeted demographics will make it easier for companies to connect with seasoned talent. Seasoned talent require little training, mentoring, and they're often very flexible in their hours and salary requirements. We're going to emphasize the full range of work possibilities, featuring part-time, project, full-time, and volunteer opportunities. xBound will also be a source of learning and training. We understand that even the most experienced people often need to fine-tune their skills, and that businesses need to best learn how to benefit from this growing resource. There are 6 trends that help motivate me to create xBound. The first was the difficulty of people over 50 to re-enter the job market. We know the story. People over 50 have a hard time even having their resume reviewed by hiring managers. Second trend is that many people who are retiring have amazing skills and they want to stay engaged in the business world, but not always as a full-time 50-hour per week career-driven professional. They have been there, they have done that, and they have more than enough t-shirts. Third trend is there are just not enough millennials to replace us retiring boomers. We've been selfish since the 1960s, and we just did not have enough kids for full workforce replacement. And America has also slowed down the rate of immigration, drying up another source of potential talent. Fourth trend is many older workers give up on hiring sites like Indeed and Monster after constant ghosting and rejection. They would know, however, that companies that list a job on xBound are at least open to hiring a mature person and therefore will take the time to search and apply. The fifth trend is real reinvention. I've seen this so many times. Young companies have amazing ideas on how to disrupt or improve a product or service, but they often need help organizing basic business processes. And the sixth trend is diversity. We know it makes us strong, and this is true not only in race and gender and ethnicity, but it holds true for age as well. So what is preventing companies and seasoned talent from connecting? Ageism. Let's face it, us older people, we're not so sexy. Many young people look at older talent with a bit of discomfort and distaste. I get it, it's natural. They think we're going to only be there for a couple of years and hit the shuffleboard full time. They worry that we're going to get sick and die right there in the office. And they wonder if our skills are up to the modern standards. And they worry about telling someone who's their senior what to do. But many of us realize that these concerns are mainly myths. How long is the average young person spent on a job? 2 years? You hire an older person and where are they going to go? They're going to stay there. As for illness, an older person doesn't need to miss meetings or shifts because of a sick kid who can't go to school that day. And as for skills, most older people can slack with the best of them. So what else is holding seasoned talent and companies from connecting? Older people, we also have to be honest. While many of us are fully committed to continuing our career life, we often need adjustments. Just like young parents, we might not be able or want to work at the 50-hour plus per week work week that professional life often requires. We also might not be able to physically stand at a retail counter, work at a computer, or lift boxes the way we did when we were in our 20s. And older talent also need to be honest about where and how we fit in, especially when working at younger companies or departments. We need to have an open heart and to refrain from saying, I told you so. There's a difference between mentoring and sharing wisdom and telling people how it used to be. And I think one of the biggest issues that prevents companies and older workers from connecting is intimidation. Imagine that you're a recently downsized 55-year-old. You've been an auditor for 30 years and you know your stuff. But you go on LinkedIn or Indeed and you see a position that you can easily fill, but you pause and you ask yourself, is this company even going to consider someone like me? In today's auto-scan resume shifting software world, seasoned talent often feel left out and they stop even trying. On the other side of the equation, hiring managers often worry, what happens if I place a very seasoned, experienced person in a department or in a position under a younger or less experienced person? How's that going to work out? Will the younger boss feel completely intimidated and therefore not want that older person around? We believe that between current demographic demand for experienced talent and with the help of a site like xBound, we can help both companies and talent find each other and learn how to best work together. This is going to help millions maximize their late career human potential while helping our companies and our nonprofits grow stronger. The question is, how will companies and mature talent respond to this offering? Thanks. That's my presentation, folks. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Zave. With that, I'd like to open things up for some audience Q&A. If you look at your control panel, there's a question feature. As those come in, I will read those and I will share those with our presenter, Zave. So we'll give everybody just a minute and see which questions we have come in. Thank you, Zave.
My pleasure. Thanks for listening. And I have no idea how long I went. I tried to time it, but it didn't work.
Thank you, Zave. Do we have any questions in the chat, Kevin?
None as of yet, Brian, but from my experience, it typically, they usually come in at about the 2 to 3 minute mark once everybody has time to type those in. So we'll give it just another minute or so here.
Okay.
I mean, while people are asking questions,
Perfect.
say the xBound is now live. We're in our beta form. It works. It's a little bit spare in terms of users, but we're growing traction on a weekly basis. And I urge you all to try it out to see how it works for you. And any feedback you have, any experience or issues, you can reach the CEO of the company. My name's on it, my contact information on it, my phone number's on it. I'm here for you.
Perfect. Zave, we did have a question come through. The question is, it's free for employers, correct?
Correct. It's free for everybody right now.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, we'll see if any other questions come through. While we're waiting,
That's okay.
Oh.
Sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
You go for it, Brian.
Yeah, if we don't have any questions, that's certainly okay. I'm sure we can pass Zave's contact information along if anybody wants to outreach to myself or Anita on the call. We're happy to address all questions or pass them on to Zave to help out.
Great. Zave, will we give it just another minute to see if any other questions trickle in? Any other pertinent information that wasn't shared during the presentation that you think would be helpful for the audience to be aware of?
Besides being a place to list jobs, we're also trying to build out a robust media platform that will, currently we have an insight section where we're posting videos and articles about all these issues around ageism in the workplace and what it's like to work and issues people are having. So anyone who wants to submit any written material or an article to us, we'll publish it. We're more than happy to have that information. Eventually, we're going to also build out a user forum so people can share their experiences or ask questions of each other. That is not live yet, but the news section is definitely alive and starting to get some really great content.
Perfect. Thank you, Zave. Yeah, I have. Oh, we've got another question that just came in. Question is, what ways can we adapt job ads to key into this population? What options workers looking for in the benefits area, or workers looking for in the benefits area rather? So Zave, any insight if I'm an employer out there looking to tap into the older population, what suggestions would you have on how to tailor that, or what benefits are enticing? Or
I think the key will be a certain amount of flexibility. In other words, there's going to be a difference between someone who's 55, got laid off. They're going to be looking for a full-time job with full salary and benefits most likely. But someone who's 60 or 65, they might only want to work 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week. They might be more than happy to go to some startup with a product that they find interesting and say, you know what, you guys need some help in HR, or you need some help in procurement or some other business processes. I can come in for 10 hours a week and mentor your team and get you up to snuff a lot quicker. And I don't need a whole lot of money to do that. I'm more than willing to do that on a reduced cost basis. So I think the key is flexibility, and I think this is going to be true for not only boomers but for younger people in the workforce nowadays too. They're saying, I want to work, but I need some flexibility for childcare or senior care or whatever. So I think the most important thing for attracting new talent nowadays is not to think so rigidly that everyone's got to be a full-time, career-driven person. You're going to need some of those people in your organization, but you're also going to need a lot of people who can just go in and execute on a particular job. And for that, I think having some flexibility in your job offerings would be highly desirable. I also think is the idea of having flexibility in terms of a pivot. I interviewed someone yesterday, a woman up in New York, 52 years old. This woman blew my socks off with her intelligence, her charisma, and her energy. And while she has absolutely no experience in the design world, I'm now highly considering hiring her to be a project manager, a salesperson for my other company, Accelerate. Why? Because she's got the personality and the characteristics of a successful person. She might not have the technical background in the design world, but that is easily learned. The hard part is this person got the personality for it? Do they have the drive? They have the ambition, they have the discipline? Are they a self-starter? So I think flexibility not only in terms of what you're looking for in that person in terms of hours and salary and all that, but also open-mindedness towards flexibility in terms of a pivot. You take that semi-retired teacher, that recent retired teacher, and you make them a project manager, or you make them into sales. If they have the character that you need, the technical skills, unless it's you need an airplane designer, the technical skills are often easily acquired, in my opinion.
Perfect. Thank you, Zave. Let's give it another minute to see if any other questions come through. Zave, are you seeing an uptick in job sharing as an example, where maybe you take a 40-hour job and you have two folks who are working 20 hours and 20 hours, or some combination of to get to that 40 hours? Are you seeing an uptick in
xBound is too new for me to actually comment on that with any data, so I can't really answer that, to be honest.
Gotcha.
I've spent most of this last year just trying to figure out how to get this product online and what functionality do I need. I don't have enough data yet to tell you what's going on in the job market.
Perfect. Thank you, Zave. All right, Brian, I'm not seeing any other questions come through.
Okay. Well, thank you, Kevin, and thank you, Zave, for presenting today.
Thank
we
you
certainly
all for
appreciate
listening.
your time.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. And I want to thank everybody for joining today, and I hope everybody has a great day today. Thank you.
Bye-bye.